So I'm Mark Docherty, I'm the Executive Director of Nursing and Clinical Commissioning at West Midlands Ambulance Service. So one of the projects is looking specifically at care homes where, we've got mainly for elderly people in the care homes, and we know from our evidence that these people on occasions do fall in the care home, and some care homes have a no lift policy, which means the patient can be on the floor for a very, very long period of time. Now, when we were able to get to these patients in a very timely way, we could say that actually not moving them, not allowing them to eat and drink was the right thing to do, but actually when their long lies on the floor, that's the wrong thing to do. So even somebody, for example, that may be at risk of having injured or fractured their hip or their neck or femur, we do question whether the traditional advice of not moving them and not allowing them to eat or drink or take tablets is the right thing. So we're trying to move away from looking at that traditional advice to actually saying the important thing for these patients is to get them into a comfortable position where they're able to be looked after properly whilst awaiting the ambulance. So things like the Mangarelk are really good because it allows patients to safely be taken off the floor where actually the risk reduces by getting them off the floor and getting them into a comfortable position. Now that sometimes may mean the ambulance isn't needed if we can be sure there's no injury to the patient, but even if the ambulance is needed, at least we've got the patient into a safe position whilst they await the ambulance. So, that's what we're trying to work along or with at the moment. And, I think we can take that project a lot further and look at an industrial scale ability of this. So at the moment, whilst we're concentrating on care homes, there is the possibility that we could roll this out big time to allow it as an opportunity for example, first responders to use if they're attending a patient who's likely to be on the floor for a long period of time. So we see a lot of scope for this type of product being used in the future to help these people who otherwise will come to harm if they're lying for a long period of time on the floor.